when you have a stress, let's say you've been burned, then if you're in a stress state, your brain is looking for where is the fire. Okay, so I'll say that again. It's a little not too easy to understand here, but if I've experienced being burned by fire, fire caused a stress state. Now, just my life, I'm feeling stressed. As soon as your body goes into a cortisol response, it remembers that which in the past also caused the cortisol response. And so now you're looking at a man hurt me, or I felt hurt in a relationship. And now I'm just feeling stressed. My economy's down. My hormones are out of balance. My work's not so easy. Whatever's throwing you out of balance, if you're in a stress state, your brain will start going to looking at the negativity of men instead of the being optimistic about men, seeing the good that's there, but only being able to see the negative which is there. And this is a bias the brain goes through. In very simple terms, I like to simplify with little stories and metaphors.
Yeah.
If you can think about a woman's brain, it's different from a man's in that under moderate stress, this is just a daily grind. Under moderate stress, or just simply hormonal imbalance, where her testosterone is more than her estrogen. When that happens, women are different than men, whereas men will tend to detach. Under moderate stress, we become more detached. We minimize. No big deal. Don't worry about it. It's not a problem. Forget it. These are all tendencies in men under moderate stress to regulate stress in their body to lower it. But for women, there's an increase, a 7 to 8 times increase of blood flow to the emotional part of the brain. Wow. Whereas men tend to minimize, women tend to amplify. Now, where would that amplification come from is the estrogen, which is the hormone women need 10 times more than men, and they need 20 times more than men in order to fall in love. The estrogen level is the part of us that says, whenever you feel I need your help, I depend on others, estrogen goes up. And estrogen allows you to be aware of your need for others. And as that need's being fulfilled, then you need others more, and it rises higher and higher. Well, think about that as a woman in a community raising children, always depending on her community to support her. The men are all gone to war. They're all gone hunting. They're gone for a while. Women have to depend on each other. So naturally, if you don't have what you need to amplify by communicating what I need. And in primitive states, the way we communicate what we need is by complaining. So the brain goes into a complaining mode of looking at what's wrong. So now let's apply these ideas together, and what you'll get under moderate stress, as soon as the stress is starting to increase, a woman will remember this, the brain will remember the stresses of the past and start looking for where is the danger here? Where is the danger here? Rather than where is the benefit here? Like if you visit my house or in my Tesla car, you go, oh, what a great car. This is so fun. But then you want to read the reviews on what's not great about this car. You want to buy a house. Actually, when my daughter bought a house, we had to hire someone to come in and see all the problems of the house. Otherwise, we wouldn't buy it. What was the plumbing like? What was the electricity like? What was the mold levels in the house? How effective was the heater? What were the bills? You have to see what's wrong with the house or there leaks. That's if you want to buy the house. So women have to know is if you're out there looking, finding the one for you. Okay, so don't look for your perfect person yet. What you need to do is reflect on past relationships where you didn't get what you wanted. That causes you to not trust men, to be in a place of looking at the negative. And one of the issues you can do, 2 things you can do to overcome that place of negative thinking, a bias towards looking at what's wrong with somebody rather than what's right with someone. That bias can go away when you're dating somebody that's lower than your standards. You're settling, but you're not looking for the right person. It's like you're just visiting. Your focus is you're not buying the house, you're enjoying the house. So it's a process of creating a series of positive dating experiences where you're not looking for the perfect person. And what are you doing? You're letting a man give to you. So you're practicing not giving. 99% of the time, when women are unhappy in relationships, you can summarize it where she'll feel I gave and I didn't get back. Her problem is she gives too much. She has to learn how to receive. And trusting, by the way, is the foundation of being able to receive. And then from there comes how to ask for help, how to receive help, how to not overgive, create the balance in the relationship. And then, so that's one aspect, is lower your standards right now. Use your relationships to practice. Why? You see, you had a relationship before and it didn't work out. And you always feel as a woman, at least most women, that you did everything right. You didn't.
Right.
Yeah, but you feel that way. You feel that way because you tried your very, very best. You know, everything you did makes sense to you. And if he was a woman, it might have worked because you gave to him what women want and the way women think. But it's not the way men are. Constant misinterpretation causes a woman to go, I don't understand why. That then causes her to increase her mistrust. That causes a man to get defensive. And not that he doesn't have his whole set of problems. It sounds like I'm just saying, oh, women need to make the change. I'm just saying, women, if you want a different result in your life, you need to make a change and continue exploring. How did I unknowingly sabotage my past relationships? That increases trust. Because ultimately, when women have a hesitancy to get involved again, it's not that they don't trust men, it's they don't trust themselves. Because ultimately, if you've ever fallen in love, there's this feeling that goes along with falling in love is I found the one. I'm certain this is the one. Mm-hmm. And then when they're not the one, you go, I can't trust myself deep down inside. And so that's very challenging to get back on the horse again. That's what I'm calling getting in a relationship, because this is well known. If a child falls off the horse and now you don't put them back on the horse, they're going to avoid getting on horses. And the longer they avoid getting on horses, the greater their fear is inside, the greater their mistrust will be in themselves. See, this is deep inside. So it's really important that you go out and start dating again to shift that avoidance tendency, because the avoidance, whenever you're avoiding something, your brain goes into a bias towards looking for the reason to avoid. And now you have more reasons to avoid. So you reaffirm, I'm not going to get in a relationship. And now you have more reasons. You see, your brain will automatically amplify anything that causes fear inside. And this is what we have to just work with, this monkey brain that we have, and change the actual plasticity in the brain. The brain has a nature that you can rewire your brain, literally, and you can rewire your brain to have successful relationships